Hello and welcome back to the channel, everyone, for this episode 10 on Haut-Beyleron with Farmer Murphy. Well, as you can see, it's continuing to snow, and we do have some snow covering the ground. We have some tomatoes that need to be delivered, and at long last, some lettuce. So I'll get on that and get that taken care of. Also, we have some wheat and barley that we can sell this month. It's the best price is December, and those prices are increasing. So I'll keep an eye on those. I'll get these delivered, and when the snow stops, we'll take care of some snow removal as well. So I'll catch up with you in a little bit. Now we're just about to the sell point here. Seeing as it's our first sale of lettuce, I thought you should enjoy that excitement as well. $1,300 we didn't have before. I think the greenhouses will definitely pay for themselves in a year, but wasn't the road to riches I thought it was going to be, I have to admit. All right, well, I'll catch up with you in a little bit when either the snow stops or we can sell some product, whichever comes first. Talk to you then. Well, we're back down here at the train station because turns out that for both our wheat and oats, as it turned out, not barley, wheat and oats, the train sell point's the best price, so we'll get those loaded up and sent on their way. I don't. Oh, we do have another closed carriage right at the very end, it looks like. Well, there we go. And that's that. Well, I'll hoof her back to the tractor and we'll check out the weather forecast and see when this snow is going to stop and we can do some snow removal. Because we have no more crops to sell until January now. We're on our way to the shop to pick up a snowblower. I checked the forecast. This snow is supposed to stop pretty much any time and it's supposed to warm up, so I suspect it'll disappear. So I never had an opportunity to do any snow removal, so I thought we'd give it a shot. Once again, our Steyr is just the perfect tractor for the job. Now, get our driveway cleaned here first. I just opened up the help menu. I want to show you a trick I learned from Mr. CVP. And if we take the spout, there it is, and we apparently shoot it straight up in the air like that, our snow just basically disappears. I guess the wind carries it away, and we don't have to worry about a bunch of snow, piles or banks around the yard. So we'll give that a try. Going to be especially handy here in our driveway. I suspect this little piece is because our tractor was on the road. We'll back in and see if we can get it. No, for whatever reason we can't do that little piece. Well, that works pretty darn good. Just 1 second, we don't need that help menu anymore. You can get rid of that. As soon as the snow stops, it's supposed to warm up to 6 degrees. And from watching Mr. CVP, as soon as the temperature warms up, the snow disappears. So that's why we're doing it while it's still snowing. I should have mentioned I just leased the snowblower too. I didn't buy it. You can see our equipment is staying out of the weather, nice and neat in our new shelter. Yeah, that little strip we technically mustn't own. I have to admit, this works pretty good. I did try to do a little snow removal. I can't remember which map it was on FS19. Didn't work so good. I've never actually used a large snowblower like this in real life. When I was on the farm, uh, I used just a skid steer and a large bucket. Always wanted to rig up a snowblower for it, but never got around to it. We had an old PTO driven snowblower that I was going to put a hydraulic motor on and use, but project that just never got done before we moved to town. I'm kind of curious if it's snowing hard enough that I'll end up with snow back on the spot I've already cleaned before the snow stops. I have to admit, I'm pretty impressed with the lighting effects on FS22. Especially earlier this morning when it was snowing and the sun was just coming up, and that kind of yellow hue you get. Very realistic. Well, I'll carry on and get this done. You've probably seen enough of this. You get the idea. And I'll catch up with you in a little bit. You can see that our yard is all cleared. The snowblower worked pretty good. One just kind of odd thing I noticed, it wouldn't clean the fill areas here for our greenhouses or like for our honey. But hey, all in all, pretty neat. So I think that's going to be it for a little bit. I'm going to just end up fast forwarding through till January sometime when we can sell some more products. So I'll see you then. Well, welcome back. Here we are on the last day of January. I've been watching the price of cut sugar beet, and it hasn't moved a lot. Matter of fact, it never got to the peak I saw was 387 in December. We never really got that high. It peaked out at 378. It's just starting to fall now at the biogas plant. So I'm going to start hauling it there. We can't use the train. We'll have to haul it. So it's going to take a number of trips. So I am going to get on that. And when I get closer to being done, I'll bring you back in. But that's what I'm going to spend the next little while doing. So catch up with you in a bit. Well, this is our last load of cut sugar beet, and I actually have been taking it to the livestock market. It appears when you did the at the biogas plant, it has a limit as to how much it can take, and it's got to process it. But the actual price has crossed over. It's actually selling for more now at the animal market, anyways. So really didn't hurt us in that regard. Now, one thing I should mention. We have doubled our money, as you can see. I did take our straw too and sell it because the price started to fall on it, so I sold it off as well. We had 49,000 liters of that. But I didn't get the money I thought we were going to get for cut sugar beet, and that was based on watching one of Mr. CVP's episodes, and he was getting something like $600 per 1,000 liters, but he must have it on easy economy. Because I was thinking, price of sugar beet, at best was hovering around 300. So I thought, man, we were going to more than double it. Now, like I said, we could sell our sugar beet for about 300, and we're getting 377 right now. I did see it as high as 387, but that was in December. In January, it never peaked that high. But I have been keeping an eye on the used market. I'm looking particularly for anything that'll help us with our olive groves, um, but nothing has showed up. So, and we'll, as you may recall, we did pay off our loan. We're just going to sit on this money because we are going to need some equipment. Probably a lot of it we'll lease, but we'll buy whatever's practical. But we do need to install the grove too, and that's going to cost some money. So, also no contracts have showed up. I've been checking on that too. Not surprising. Um, so what we'll do after we dump this off is I will just fast forward to either contracts show up or till we get into our planting window. So we were at 102 and change. We're at 209, so still not bad, and gives us some operating. Operating funds. Let's go. When can we put olives in here? March. The only thing we could plant in February would be cotton, but we're not doing any of that here. So that's what I'll do. I'll fast forward through till March so we can start getting our olive grove set up. Unless, of course, contracts come in, and then I may update you with that. But for now, it's likely going to see in a couple months. Welcome back, everyone. As you can see, it's February 2nd, a little bit earlier than I thought we'd be meeting. Some flowers are out. But what I wanted to show you, where contracts are back, and I've accepted both of these, and both these contracts require a planter, and we don't have one, but I didn't borrow the equipment because I think it's time that we buy one. I've been watching, there hasn't been a used one show up, but I also want to plant some sunflower seeds of our own, which requires a planter. So I'm going to head off to the store and we'll check out and see what we can find for planters. So I'll catch up with you there. Okay, here we are at the store. Let's see what we've got. So for planters, what I was thinking is going with this one here. It's 6 meters. That's the same as our cedar. We've got lots of horsepower to pull it. And like I was saying, I want to put some sunflowers in because next to olives, it's the quickest way to pay off the oil mill, and I plan on purchasing that. So, and it just wasn't coming up used, so we'll sorry about that. Still struggling with that cough a little bit. It wasn't coming up used, and we're going to need it here fairly shortly to put in our own sunflowers, so we thought we might as well get it. So I'll get it filled up, and well, actually, you know what? I'll just take care of those 2 contracts, and then I'll get back with you when that is done. Well, seeing as we haven't done any planting before, it's a new piece of kit, I thought maybe we should bring you in so we can have a look at how it works. Now, as you can see, it doesn't hold very much. Oh, yes. There we go. Like I said, we want to get some sunflower in for ourselves. So at home, it's at our farm, it's easy for us to fill. All our fields are handy. But what I think I might do here is I suspect it'll run out fairly quickly. I'll keep an eye on it anyways. If I have to, I might just go buy a big bag and just fill it in the field to use our other tractor to bring it down. Well, it looks like it'll get the job done all right. A little slow. I didn't even take a look at that. I don't know if the Limken one was faster, but it was quite a bit more money. Anyways, we'll let that carry on. And like I said, if I need to fill it, I think that's all I'll do. It is grab a big bag lifter and buy a bag of seed and fill it in the field. So catch up with you in a little bit. Well, you can see I do have a big bag lifter on the front of our other tractor because our worker did run out of seed. So this is a pretty convenient way to deal with that for now anyway. If we were closer to home, we could run back and fill it up, and that's like I said, we'll do on our fields, but for contract work, this works just fine as long as we don't need our tractor for anything else. We do save a little money buying seed out of our silo, but for now, this will do just fine. Well, we're back here at the store, and I think we made a poor buying decision on this. The small seed tank and the low speed, it means it's taken a month of Sundays to get done. And I took a closer look at the Lemken one, so we'll repair this. I know it's going to cost us some money, but it is what it is. We go and look at these planters here. I didn't look at this one close enough. It has a much higher speed, but it has a 600-liter seed tank as well, just on its own. I thought we needed to buy both of these, but we can get away with just using this for now. So we're going to go ahead and do that. And I'll try and pay closer attention next time. Nothing a couple contracts won't straighten out as far as financially. So I just thought I'd show you that so you didn't suddenly wonder where this came from. So I'll carry on with this, catch up with you in a bit. Well, as you can see, it's a few days later and we're into March. I finished those 2 planting contracts and it went much better with that Lemken planter. It's like 60% faster and a larger seed tank. Kind of like it was a $20,000 mistake, but in the long run, it'll be worth it. We had a full pallet of honey, so I stuck that under here because at the time the price wasn't that great, but it's not so bad now. And we also have a pallet of, as it turns out, lettuce and tomatoes. They all 3 go to the same sell point. So at some point today, I'll get those taken care of. But right now, we're going to get set up and start on those seeding contracts. Once I get a worker going on these, I will get those our other products delivered. And because it's March 1st, we can start looking at doing our olive orchard. But first we're going to need to spend a little money, or a lot as the case may be. I'll get this to the field and I'll bring you back in just a minute. We're up here on field 5. We need to put oats into this field. You'll notice our money has gone down. I bought this seeder used, as you may recall. I hadn't done the repairs on it yet, so I had to whip back into the yard and get the repairs done. Worker's going off at a slightly different angle. That's no problem. We'll let him do that, and then I'll come back and finish up that little bit that needs to be tidied up. This happens to be the modified seeder that came up, which means you can enable or disable fertilization. So I've got fertilization turned off, so it's all seed. So even on a large field like this, we shouldn't need to put seed in it. It should have enough, I would think. Probably should have washed our tractor. It's rather filthy. Make sure he turns around the right way. Yeah, he is. I'll do that after this job, or after the seeding jobs. Oh, it looks like our worker has that under control, so we'll leave him to it. I'm going to go deliver those other products, and then I'm going to meet up with you back at the store. Catch you in a bit. Well, I decided to stop at the store on the way up the hill and show you guys our pickup. Not the neatest loading job, but our truck is definitely overloaded. In the not too distant future, we're going to have to look at getting a trailer to do that. But let's check out the store. Oh, we are in the used menu. There was something in here I wanted to grab. That's a pretty good deal, and that's a nice size roller. And we're going to use that every time we seed, so we are going to grab that. Should have stayed in there. I didn't mean to jump out. The other thing I want to grab is the cultivator, because we need to cultivate our large field, and I've been borrowing equipment for all the cultivating jobs, and I happen to know this one works very well with our Deutzfahr. It actually was supplied with that same tractor for a number of the contracts, so we're going to go ahead and grab that too. We're definitely going to need to borrow some money to get our olive grove going. But I don't mind doing that. We've got some nice contracts there. That'll help bring our bank account back up. But we've had no used olive grove or any of the equipment we need for our grove come up used at all. So I think what we'll do is we'll probably buy the tractor, and then we'll just lease the other things, unless they come up used between now and then. But we'll go and get these delivered. I thought you guys might as well come along because we've got honey in here as well, so that's the first time. But I am going to get those contracts taken care of and our field cultivated. And then we'll look at getting our olive grove in, either later today or maybe tomorrow morning. because I've got to get our, like I said, our field cultivated first. As you can tell, I'm still struggling a little bit with this cough. It just seems to be when I'm talking. If I don't say anything, I never seem to cough as soon as I try and record. Maybe someone's given me a hint. We really could use another like 250 horsepower tractor, something like that, but as well, nothing came up used. If we had one, I could be planting and seeding at the same time, but we don't. Maybe I'll go around this way for a change. Not too bad, a little payday there. Well, I think that takes us pretty much to our, near our 30 minutes. What I'll do is I will get those contracts done, and then the start of the next episode will be taking care of our orchards. If you're still with me, I really appreciate it, and thank you for watching. If you found something useful or found it entertaining, I encourage you to hit the like button. And if you want to continue to follow the series, I also encourage you to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you get notified of when the next episode lands. So once again, thanks for watching, and until next time, Farmer Murphy signing out.